So please, everyone, come and take your seats for the second half of the CDN Intermediate 1 Freestyle, sponsored by Stable Ground. Our next competitor is just making her way down now. Currently in the lead in this class, we have Justine Greer on Bloomfield Sakuna with a lovely score of 72.008. So our next competitor is circling the arena, and we welcome Sally Rizzuto from New South Wales, riding Quarterland. Quarterland is a gelding by Quarterback, owned by Vicky Newham and ridden by Sally Rizzuto.
Very famous tune to open with from The Lion King.
A little struggle hearing it now. Okay, now it's getting going. Is that still The Lion King? I don't think so.
Have a definite beat to it though.
Nicely fluid between the half pass right and the shoulder in left. A bit of a scary something for Quarterland there in the collective walk. Yeah, I felt that I was seeing double. I feel like she did at least 1.5. Remembering that we said only a single pirouette.
Let's see here. In on one line, out on one line.
Yeah, that was
What's one?
okay. I'm just not sure what I saw.
After 4 days of here, I think we are seeing double
It
sometimes.
could well be that. So we'll see. We'll leave that to the judges. It's their job. And here she's found another spot to do collected walk. So that was clever, good riding. She managed to just fit that in, remembering that it had the fright, so well done, Sally. I just feel like the music could have been a bit more cohesive in its theme.
It was a sort of a Lion King theme,
Yeah.
but not the whole way through. Maybe it was, but I couldn't pick it.
The next rider to enter the CDN Intermediate 1 Freestyle is Jade Wilkinson from Queensland, riding Sherellen Gadarine. Gadarine is by Sherellen Gamble, bred by Robin Hobbin and owned by Jade. Jade Wilkinson and Sherellen Gadarine. And a score for Sally Rizzuto and Quarterland of 70.008, putting them into second position currently. I'm guessing, but Sherilyn Gadarene and Jade Wilkinson probably not around when this song first came out, whereas I was. Very cool. Got a good beat.
She's crazy like a fool.
Hopefully Jade is not crazy, and hopefully Sherilyn Gadarene isn't either. But I do like it with the horse. Nice flowing pattern. One of our more active extended walks, and nicely highlighted by the beat in the music. Or just got a little bit too tight in the size and therefore affected the ability for the horse to keep going in the pirouette. So a mistake in the threes there. And that was Jade Wilkinson, Sherilyn Gadarene. I think that test actually began in a really nice way, but then there's some trouble towards the end in the canter work, which I think will diminish her score a little bit. Possibly next time she's making the pattern up. I think the horse maybe at this point is struggling with some of the idea of changing. Maybe she needs to do that a little earlier in the program so that it's not tired, because my suspicion is it got a little worn out. But that's just an idea. May or may not be a good one. We had another scratching, sort of late scratching. And I think that we have a little break until the next horse at 2:50. And we have a score for Jade Wilkinson from Queensland riding Shirellen Gadarene of 64.217%, placing her now into 7th position. Remember that Justine Greer on Bloomfield Sakuna is out in front on 72.008. closely followed by Sally Rizzuto on Quarterland on 70.008. And in third place, Lizzie Wilson Fellows on Let Charmeur on 69.233. And in fourth place, Celeste Mesdras on Sugarloaf Amnesty on 69.083. Our next competitor is not due in until 2:50. And there are just 4 left in this class. Following this class, we have the Young Riders Freestyle to Music CDI-Y, which is due to start at 3:40. There are 5 competitors in that. And our next competitor in the CDN Intermediate 1 Freestyle, sponsored by Stable Ground, Australia's premier equestrian arena builder and surface manufacturer. Our next competitor is Jarve Ham from Victoria, riding Mayfield Fez. Fez is a gelding by Mayfield Pizzazz, bred by Mayfield Farm and owned by Gail Moore. Pretty music here for Mayfield Fez.
And I've talked about breeding most of the weekend. Mayfield Pizzazz was a very successful young horse and then went on to have a very long Grand Prix career with Kerry Mack in Victoria. I think he represented Australia at the World Young Horse Championships as a young horse. And now we're seeing some of his progeny coming through.
And Fez is giving Gervais a very cooperative ride here in the freestyle.
And I'd have to say that Pizzazz was a very obliging, lovely stallion.
Yeah, he was indeed. And again, Kerry did a lot of freestyles with him, and I think he was always a bit of a winner in those.
Miscommunication there about the pirouette. Onwards we go.
Oh, I think they were meant to be 3 times. They could have also meant to be 2 times, because that's what we got, a mixture of both. So let's hope she has another spot to clarify that a bit better. Okay, there was a nice row of 2s.
Yes, so
we hope to see some 3s.
Second attempt at the left one. Pirouette. Not going to see those, I don't think.
And with more experience is when you realise, you know, you can think while you're out there a bit more and go, instead of doing that pirouette, although she probably did need to try and improve on the mark from the first one. But she could also have not done that final extended trot and tried to do her 3s, even if the music was still saying
Correct.
trot.
She probably could have done both.
Yeah.
Chances
But
of...
that, as I say, that comes with experience and practice. And that's what they're getting here at Willinga Park, is the opportunity to perform under pressure. score for Gervais Ham and Mayfield Fez of 65.683, placing her in 7th position. There are 3 left to come. The next one maybe has a couple more minutes before we see them. So a reminder, out in front, Justine Greer and Bloomfield Sakuna on 72.008.
And while we have a moment, I'm going to thank the wonderful supporters and the wonderful scribes, grounds people, people in the office that have helped for the whole weekend. We can't do the show without the volunteers, the stewards, the scribes, the people running the lunches, the people cooking the lunches. So we thank everybody that has made this show such a success for the last 4 days. A lot of preparation goes into running a show like this, so thank you everyone that has come on board to make it happen.
We welcome Ava Halloran from Victoria, riding Good Time. Good Time is a gelding by Rudolph. He is owned and ridden by Ava Halloran.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
If James Bond to start. Do with a martini.
Nicely on the music into the extended trot. Just a bit cautious this walk. Just needing to go a bit more. Take a bigger step. Looking for the overtrack. Losing some impulsion in the pirouette, and even before that in the extended canter. So an attempt here by Ava to make some more difficult movements. A little bit more promising in the extended canter down the long side there, a bit more willing to go. And a one-handed extended trot down the centre line. Again, an attempt to show a degree of difficulty. Our next competitor in the CDN Intermediate 1 Freestyle is Celeste de Mesdros on SF Austin. Austin is a gelding by Anamore, bred by Celeste and owned by Armani Macaj. And we have a score for Ava Halloran on good time of 67.108 and currently 7th position.
So for those of you at home still with us, this is actually the winner from yesterday's class, the CDI class, and then we'll be followed by the winner of the CDN class. So they were both combined, those classes were both combined to now compete in the CDN Intermediate Freestyle. We've got horses from the CDN and the CDI class here competing against each other for the freestyle class. The two good horses to come.
And the crowd went wild. Lovely clapping at the end here. We were silent because we're partly run out of words and partly just enjoying the nice flow in her test. And we have just one more to come in this class. She needs to trouble Justine Greer with over 72%. So we will see. Okay.
And we welcome our final competitor to the area, Susan Elikasi on Callum Park, Damascus. Callum Park, Damascus is by De Niro, out of Callum Park regardless, and is a gelding. We'd also like to thank Stable Ground, the sponsors of this class. We have a score for Celeste and SF Austin of 69.792, which currently has her in third position. The winner from yesterday from the CDN class. Music from The Greatest Showman.
Christine is very good on her music. I only know whether I like things or not. I can never remember the name of anything.
But you know whether you like the pirouettes or not, so that helps.
I think you probably know that too. But the memory, well, I never was one for music memories.
I love the music.
I just love classical music, but I still can't remember it all. But I repeat that I like to see the beat reflected through the horse. It helps you as a rider. If there's a clear beat, you know what you should be riding to. And you can make use of it. If you've got a lazy horse, you can have it a little bit quicker to sort of always encourage yourself to ride on. And if you have a wild horse, you have it a wee bit slower. So you can say, yeah, no, we're not going that fast.
Big sweeping half passes.
Coming on this line of counter-canter into pirouette. You've seen it before. It is really hard to be newly imaginative. And of course, if you were the first one to do it, it would seem imaginative.
And then everyone copies you.
Yeah. Main thing is, as I say, that the technical aspect comes off well. Don't win the class by being difficult, doing things with a high degree of difficulty, but not having them performed well.
Changes on a slightly curved line. Repeat of what we saw on the other side.
It's losing its left position a little bit in this left pirouette. Nice clean row of 3 times changes. Another row of 3s.
And obviously she's very competent in those, so she was brave to use them in a space that she was just filling in because the first line had come off beautifully. So congratulations to Susan Ellicotty and Callum Park Damascus.
Yes, a very bright ending, powerful with the music and extended trot towards the judges. But she's got to pass 72.008 to take out first place. And a few others in between who also had good scores. So we'll see. Stay tuned for the big result.
So if you're at home wondering what's going on next, we have the Young Riders Freestyle to Music, the CDIY. Some talented young riders coming up for the Malawa Performance Horses CDIY. We've got 5 horses competing in that. So go away, feed your horses. It starts at 3:40 from my calculations. So not much time, probably not enough time. Bit early to feed. Probably do it afterwards.
Yeah. So as we wait for the final result in the CDN Intermediate 1 Freestyle for Susan Elakessi and Callum Park Damascus, just a final thank you to our major sponsor of the whole event, which is Foresight. And you've probably still got time to go over to the trade stands to purchase and at least find out about Foresight. I could just tell you a little bit of something about EpiJoint, which is the human product. We know our horses love Foresight, and we've been keen to show our own joints some of the love. Introducing EpiJoint, the new human product, relieving mild joint pain and mild osteoarthritis symptoms from the makers of Foresight. EpiJoint contains the same unique active ingredient, Epitalus, that features in Foresight. Just 2 capsules of EpiJoint a day supports your joint mobility, keeping you active and riding at your best. And actually, it doesn't matter if you're not a rider, you still want to be kept active, so anyone can take it. And it's available exclusively at Chemist Warehouse, although today, if you go over to the trade stand, I promise you there's a special to be had. Our next class begins at 3:40, and it is the Malawa Performance Team sponsored Young Riders Freestyle to Music, CDIY. And now I can tell you our final result in the CDN Intermediate 1 Freestyle. And Justine Greer on Bloomfield Sakuna is the winner on 72.008. Followed closely by the previous competitor we just saw, Susan Elakessi and Callum Park Damascus, scoring a 71.258. In third, Sally Rizzuto and Quarterland on 70.008. In fourth, Celeste Amersdroz on SF Austin on 69.792. In fifth, Lizzie Wilson Fellows and Let's Charmeur on 69.233. And in sixth, Celeste Amersdroz on Sugarloaf Amnesty on 69.083. Congratulations to all those riders.